evening, and welcome to Sporlitiks, where sports and politics mix and mingle. I'm Stacey Johnson. Joining me tonight is Keith, the constitutional conservative, Stephen, the independent thinker, and my cousin Todd. Aguna is off tonight, gallivanting, probably celebrating the Eagles win somewhere.
Yeah.
But first, we've got a packed show for you tonight. The person accused of shooting at President Trump in Florida was charged today. Stephen and NASCAR playoffs. He'll tell you what's going on in New Hampshire. Free speech. Jimmy Kimmel is back on. What does that mean? Government shutdown. I don't know, but since the president canceled his meeting with Democratic leaders on the Hill today, what does that mean for avoiding a government shutdown? President Trump also talked about pregnant women taking Tylenol and avoiding their children developing autism. That and more. We've got plenty more, but that and more, if we can fit it in. First up, NASCAR with Stephen. Stephen, I do have a clip for you today. Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
Let me share it. Here we go.
Between the 54 and the 11, listening to Denny Hamlin.
What the?
Frustration out of the veteran driver, hoping his younger teammate may concede between him and Bell being stuck behind him, racing for a championship. I'm on either side of this. I think if we were inside the top 5, I would side with Ty Gibbs and say, yeah, man, I'm racing. I'm out here racing as hard as I can. But I will admit, for 11th and 12th, right there, you would think, I think we should show this on camera for the next few laps, because I'm not sure they're done. I think they're very frustrated with one another. Oh, here we go. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Yes, sir. Gibbs goes around.
Yellow zone.
Off the front end of Hamlin. There it is again.
This has gone on for many laps. Denny ran him up the racetrack in 3 and 4, and that was the, hey, man, I've had enough. Time to go. Denny Hamlin just simply sends him around.
Let's listen in more out of the 11.
Are they afraid to talk to him? That's what I feel like. They're just scared of him.
I don't know the answer to that right now. I'm just focused on trying to get the 11 the best finish. We'll talk about it after, I promise.
All right, Stephen, they said he promises he'll talk about it after. What's he going to talk about after, Stephen?
I don't know. Just he was just trying to get him through the race. That's all. They probably won't even discuss anything later. This is what the playoffs is when it comes to racing. And if you've noticed that, even if you're not big on a sport, be it baseball, basketball, anything, football, when the playoffs come around, it's a whole different deal. And it's like this here. This New Hampshire is a smaller track, and if somebody goes to get upset, they can put them out, or if they got a beef from before, they can kind of race a little rough, and maybe an accident will happen. But this is what makes the playoffs so great, because it's each week it's just like the finality of it all. It's getting shorter and shorter. Smaller and smaller groups of people are going to be left to end the playoffs. So it's very ultra huge competitive, just like anytime you watch playoffs. So that's why, even if you're not a big NASCAR fan, watching the playoffs right now is cool. And but this week is going to be what I call a cookie cutter track. It's in Kansas. It's 1.5 mile. There's so many tracks like that in NASCAR, and the ones that are really good at these tracks are Blaney, Byron, Larson, Bell, and Hamlin, and they are on the top 5 of the playoffs right now. So you put a couple dollars on either one of them to win, you're probably going to come out ahead at a track like this. That's just the way it is. But you never know. So you can't. Nothing's a sure deal, and anything can happen in a race. But this is what's a lot of fun. This is when any sport is the best, like I said, when in the playoffs. So if you got a chance and you want to catch up on some good racing, you should watch this week, last week, and the week before, and the rest of the just a very small handful of races left, and watch the best racing you've ever seen. Yes, sir.
I got a question for Stephen. Do you think that there's the sportsmanship is missing in sports these days? I mean, the conduct compared to years ago. When even in those race car, what I mean, when Andretti and all those guys were racing way back then. I mean, is it different now? What do you think? The attitude of the in general.
I think it's different now because the young guys that are racing now are not as hardcore and wild as the guys that I knew from so many years ago. They would just jerk you right out of your car and just take you to pieces, and everybody be fighting. I mean, they were a whole lot more, just crazy, wild, tough back then. Today, this is almost like a video game for them. This isn't personal. This isn't like face to face in your face. This isn't anything like that. It's changed a lot. And that's cool too. I don't need to watch anybody fight, but I'm just saying the guys were hotheads before. They had so much more to lose back then as well that they do not. Everybody here is so well sponsored. A lot of them guys back then weren't. And somebody took them out. It was so personal because their family couldn't eat. So that's why they'd be beating them down.
Can I ask a question and make a comment? I think you just stepped on what Keith was trying to do, whether you know it or not. Keith was trying to.
Oh man, I'm just gonna. I kind of knew which way it was going, but it's cool. I'm just gonna tell him, where I'm coming from. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I know, but I didn't do it on purpose. I'm just saying that's how I feel about the subject of it all.
That's fine.
Todd is always suspicious. Todd is always suspicious of whatever I ask.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to move on to the most important part of the show. This is the most important part.
Oh, really?
Joshua Carty has it blocked again. This time, Jordan Davis.
Whoa!
Looks for the scene on one.
Let that brother run.
Eagles hang on.
Yeah, and he's like 400 pounds, Keith. He's a huge dude.
Just ran with the ball, but
no, he's
not
not
that fast last year or the year before.
He's over 300.
Weight, said he feels night and day different this year, the way that he's moving. We saw him run down Matt Stafford earlier for a big third down stop.
Yeah.
And then he gallops free right here. It didn't matter even if somebody was trying to catch him. I'm not sure they would have.
I wouldn't want to tackle him. I wouldn't want to tackle him.
He is about 300 pounds. He lost like 35 pounds over the summer. He's like 6. Let's see. I'll look up his stats. So his name is Jordan Davis. He's a Georgia Bulldog. And what position does he play for the Philadelphia Eagles, Cousin Todd?
He plays a forward.
Catcher.
No, he plays for catcher. You don't even know anything about sports. Oh my gosh. He plays a forward.
Mm-hmm.
America first.
He does not play a forward. Thank you, Cousin Todd. I so wish Aguna was here. He would be like, no, Cousin Todd.
Y'all sure got fortunate with that game, Stacy. That was a lot of fortune. But that's a team that found a way to win over this crazy weekend. That was insane. Y'all were so far behind.
Right.
And then two block kicks in one quarter. I don't think I've ever seen that.
In one quarter. I don't know if anyone ever saw it. Let me show you the stats on Jordan Davis. This is Jordan Davis. He came from Georgia Bulldogs, and they tell a little bit about him over here. If I can get to his stats where you can see he's a pretty big guy. Or his stats.
Probably 6'5" or something, 6'4".
Yeah, there it is. He's 336 pounds, and he lost weight.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was nearly 400 pounds. I didn't know he had lost weight. God bless him. He must have put down something with him.
He's 6'6". Wow. He's 6'6", 336 pounds. Woo. He was born in Charlotte in 2000. And, I think about back to 2000 when everyone was like, in 2000, we thought the world was going to come to the end because it was 2000 and he was born in that magical year. He's only been on this earth 25 years, and that's what he did. He did great things for the Philadelphia Eagles, as he and the other young man player who had spit on Dak Prescott the week before. They got together. They both lined up together they stood next to each other. They looked at each other before the kicker was supposed to kick, and they just knew that someone was going to stop that kick. And at 6'6", I guess, and the other player at 6'6", 6'5", when they jump high and they put their arms up, that wingspan, they're going to stop a ball. They're going to stop a football. There's no way around it. And I'm surprised more teams don't do that with their, just use that as a defensive tool. Now, Todd, let me ask
Todd. Excuse me, Stacey, a bunch of other teams blocked field goals this week as well. And it was an anomaly. I've never seen so many teams block field goals today. So I guess people got the memo that this is what they need to do.
Well, back in the day, they used to do it all the time. Back in the 70s,
not like this weekend, Keith. Not like this past Sunday. I've never seen anything like it. I think it's multiple teams blocking field goals in one day, Keith.
Yeah, okay. I've seen it back in the days when I used to watch. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But the fearsome foursome.
What does Jordan Davis play on the defense or the offense?
Jordan Davis plays shortstop.
Oh my gosh! What do you waste time asking him anything about?
Are you kidding me? And
really?
All you know is sports from 1920.
That's a good one.
What's so funny is Todd. Oh, I wish Aguna was here so bad.
How many times you gonna say that?
Every time you tell a joke like that, Aguna's just like waiting for you, Todd. He's like, "Go ahead, some back in a closet somewhere, Todd." Serena.
Hey, Stacey, did your coach?
Serena.
Stacey, did your coach retire?
No. What do you mean?
Auburn coach?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been following them lately.
Yeah, that's what I heard, but I'm not 100% sure. So I don't shoot the messenger.
Thank you. I need to get on college football. It is college football time. I've been so engrossed with the Super Bowl champions 2024.
I don't blame you. I would be too.
Thinking about college ball like I should be thinking about college ball.
Yeah, we're not going to be sniffing it this year.
So, Stephen, you want to talk about your Washington Commanders?
Yeah, it's just not starting off very well. Yeah, we won the game. That's fine. We lost Terry maybe out for a little while. I don't know. Scary Terry. We already lost Ekelar. Quarterback didn't play this week. Mariota played. And I think Mariota's going to play the next game. We did beat Vegas. Who cares? The Raiders. Who cares? But I don't think we're going to be as good as we were last year. There's too many things that are happening already. So it's not looking so good. But we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep doing what we do. But I think the Eagles might have it wrapped up. I think the Cowboys in a lot of trouble this weekend because
the Eagles might have it wrapped up in the NFC East, right?
Yes, they might have it wrapped up in the NFC East, and they might have it wrapped up altogether because you saw what Green Bay did. But you saw what Green Bay did. You saw what the Rams,
But you saw what San Francisco did too.
What did they do?
Well, I don't understand about why San Francisco puts Purdy in there. And he's playing, and then they pull Purdy out and put someone else in there when they're in trouble and they need to win.
No, he was hurt. Purdy is out. He's got a turf toe and a shoulder, so he's not playing. He's hurt.
I hope he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's hurt, and Frisco has nothing. They're 3-0 on paper. They have nothing, and McCaffrey's going to get hurt soon. Because he's due for it. That's due to happen. San Francisco is not a threat in the NFC at all. So you saw LA go back. You saw Green Bay lose to Cleveland. That's really, really tough. So I think right now the Eagles are unbelievably high up right now. They're doing very well. I think you'll have the most complete team, and y'all might go back to back this week.
But
this year.
rushing stinks. We're
Your
really,
what?
really our pass rush. Our
Hmm.
pass rush. Todd,
But
can
you're
I have
still
you?
winning.
Todd, what is a pass rush?
It's when the goalie hits the puck to the other goal. America first.
Thank God it's finally gotten to you now.
We have a show about sports and politics, and Todd knows nothing about sports.
Excuse me. I just
Or
answered your question. You know what?
politics. The only thing he knows he learned from Whoopi Goldberg.
Excuse me.
I'm just
Whoopi
telling it like it is, Todd.
Goldberg?
Yeah,
Who
and that's
did you
not even her
learn
real
from?
name. You thought she was Jewish.
Oh my gosh. Who did you learn from? Keith? Or the
Yes,
dark web?
Keith is my sensei.
Speaking of which, Todd, you wanted me to show this. Let me show this. He said all you know is Whoopi Goldberg. So let me show you this.
According to an NBC poll, on issues like the border, cost of living, the perception of crime, 43% of Americans felt like Joe Biden's policies had personally hurt them. Understanding that many people saw you as an extension of Joe Biden, were there glaring warning signs that when there's only two options to vote on that you missed going into Election Day?
You know, I write about it, as you all know, in the book, and I know that's probably the first chapter you read is my chapter on The View. But it really, the book is about a reflection. And that day in that interview, for me, really was symbolic of the issue. It did not create the issue, but it was symbolic of the issue, which is that I'm a loyal person. And I didn't fully appreciate how much people wanted to know there was a difference between me and President Biden. I thought it was obvious. And I didn't want to offer a difference in a way that would be received or suggested to be a criticism. And you know, in the campaign, full time, I was pointing out the differences. My theory of the case was we need to bring costs down. We're going to extend the child tax credit. We're going to have Medicare cover home health care for people, including people in the sandwich generation who are raising young children and taking care of their parents. It was about we're going to take on price gouging, bringing down costs. And I thought I was making the point. And I realize now that I didn't fully appreciate that how much of an issue it was.
Yeah, that President Biden was deeply unpopular. I did realize that. During your appearance, and you write about it, you say everything about my appearance on The View was going well until it wasn't. And if you recall, you were here 28 days before the election. And I asked you if there was anything you would have done differently than President Biden during the past 4 years. And you said, quote, "There is not a thing that comes to mind," end quote. You write you had no idea, you just pulled the pin on a hand grenade. In the moment, I knew. The Trump campaign weaponized your answer against my question. And some, including James Carville and Jake Tapper, point to that answer as a turning point in your candidacy. Do you think that moment tipped the election?
No. No.
Good, because Sonny doesn't want to take the blame.
There was kind of a confessional happening here. No. Exactly. No. There were many things. I mean, listen, I do believe one of the biggest deciders of the outcome of that election was that the American people were sick of things being so expensive.
Yes.
And wanted that the prices would come down. And that's where, this is part of why I wrote the book. which is let's remember in those 107 days what Donald Trump was talking about. Yeah. First of all, he said his number one priority and the number one thing he would do is bring down costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he said. And I believe there are a lot of people who voted for him believing that that's what he would do. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to today.
Yeah. Hello.
Prices are higher. The cost of food is higher. Inflation is higher. Unemployment is higher. He lied.
Yeah.
He lied. Meanwhile, there are certain promises he did keep, which is he was going to weaponize the Department of Justice and go after his political enemies, that he was going to silence critics against him, that he was going to fulfill whatever his fragile ego needed through the tool of our federal government. That he did, whatever he needed to do to enrich himself, literally his pockets, not to mention his ego, he has done. And I think it's important as we move forward to realize that they did what they said they were going to do. I heard a story about a friend of mine was telling me about a Cuban American whose partner was being deported to Sudan. Mm-hmm. And that person was a big Trump supporter and thought, well, why is this happening? Well, but he said he was only going to go after criminals.
Right. That's what he said.
He lied.
Tell you what, they ain't singing, voy a votar por Donald Trump. They ain't singing that.
But part of what we have to remember about that election is I think there are lessons about you've got to listen to what they tell you. And this is bigger than Trump. And this is part of what I also write about in this book. We are talking about an agenda that has been decades in the making.
Yep. Yes.
For which we are now witnessing a high velocity event that feels like chaos because it's all happening so rapidly. But it is about the implementation, the swift implementation of a plan that has been decades in the making, the Federalist Society, the Heritage Foundation. Right. This did not just happen overnight. He has been a useful tool for an agenda that is much broader than the one individual. Let's be clear about that.
Yes.
What the hell?
Okay. Now
I wonder if
what did she just a minute? What did she say? Trump was going to bring down prices. And she said the prices are higher today than they were when Joe Biden was in office. Food prices. Inflation is higher today than when Joe Biden was in office. Unemployment is higher today than when Joe Biden was in office, partly because Trump fired most of the government workers. And so unemployment is higher. This is why interest rates just went down.
Not true.
Okay, so
Wait,
Todd,
you're saying what's not true?
wait,
Tell me
no,
specifically.
don't answer him because we're gonna run out of time and we got a tight schedule. So that's all you wanted to say, Cousin Todd? You didn't have more to say about that clip? That's it?
But I thought they were going to have a rebuttal for that part of it. They don't, and so I'll move on.
Thank you.
I have a rebuttal.
I'll give you a chance, Keith. I'll give you a chance. Go ahead,
and only a factual rebuttal. Don't give me just what you feel. Give me facts and cite your source. Now, what Donald Trump did was get rich. Do you know Donald Trump has made billions since he's been on office? Billions. That is unheard of for a president of the United States to make billions of dollars, and he's only been in office less than a year. Sounds suspicious? And he has hired all DEI hires. Yet he wants to get rid of DEI hires. Kash Patel is a DEI hire.
How?
He doesn't know what he's doing. He has no experience.
Because you say he is, he must be. Because you say he doesn't know what he's doing, that doesn't make him a
have any
DEI
experience.
hire.
If you
He
go
was
back,
not a DEI
if
hire.
you go back to every FBI director in the history of America, they all had experience except Hoover.
He has experience. He was in the FBI. He has experience. Todd, you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
He's well qualified. He's very well qualified for his position.
Show to make your
Pete
point.
Say that again.
You can't take the whole show to make your point.
He keeps interrupting me.
Just
Pete
make your point.
Hegseth, I'm making it. I'm making it. I'm trying to make it. He won't stop talking. Pete Hegseth, another DEI hire. No experience, failed talk show host who's accused of raping women in hotel rooms.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He was accused of that. The woman said he raped her in a hotel room.
No, he's not.
And he paid her to be quiet.
That's not. None of that's true. If you have personal attacks against people, if that was really true, he wouldn't be there. You know why you have to do this, Todd? Is because you have nothing. You have absolutely nothing except specious garbage against people that you make up, and then people try to believe it because you listen to Whoopi. Because Whoopi lies to you and you spread her lies.
His name. Why are you?
You're her little boy. You're Whoopi's little boy. Look at Whoopi's little boy. That's all you are. You're Whoopi's little boy. You don't know what the truth is. You don't even bounce around the truth.
Is another
you do not know this. I feel sorry for you. I really hope you do becoming
DEI. Thank you. Finally, for how long did it take you to do that, Stacey? And then you say, finish your point.
Okay, Todd. I'll tell you why. Because you throw a rock and then you hide your hand.
I'm not hiding anything.
Stacey, how long did it take you to do that before you
what?
You
keep saying, Todd, hurry up, Todd, hurry up. And you're letting these crackpots talk over me. Okay, so DEI hires. I went over who all the DEI hires were. That's not even all of them. Then let's talk about when they talk about affirmative action. This is what Charlie Kirk used to talk about, affirmative action. But he would name all Black women. He named the vice president. He named her. He named Obama's wife. He named Sheila Jackson Lee.
They were both DEI.
They took white men's jobs, he said.
No, they were DEI. They only got hired because they were Black women.
They took white men's jobs. This is what Kirk said.
They have no reason to be there. They should be pulled out.
Okay, wait a minute.
This is what affirmative.
Wait.
All right,
let me ask you this. Wait, stop that. You're saying, so that means because I'm African American descent, Stephen, that I would not be qualified to do whatever job that I do. Or like I'm not qualified to do this, is what you're saying because I'm African American?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Joe Biden said, I am going to have a Black woman as my vice president. That is DEI. That is not, he didn't say I'm going to have the best person for the job. He took the worst person. She said that Joe Biden said that she said he was unpopular. She was the most unpopular Democrat at the time, and they put her in the position to run for president and took him down. She was DEI to be president as well. She didn't have to run for anything. When she ran for president against Joe Biden, she didn't get one vote. She got nothing. So she is the epitome of DEI, Stacey. No, that's not like you. This is a woman that's been put in positions all her life that she doesn't belong in because she's a Black woman. And that's what's wrong. Because a Black woman like you might be as qualified as any other person of any race or sex. But then people are going to look down on you because of these DEI people that ruin everything they touch. Like Kashani Brown or whatever. She's so stupid. She don't even know what a woman is.
Right.
This is what we're talking about. And we're not saying DEI and saying Black people can't do the job of anybody else, or women can't do the job, or white women. Stop talking. Stop him. What we're saying is that everybody needs to be on the same level and judged on the same level and not on their skin color, but based on what they can do, Stacey. And you should be for that. This DEI that people like Todd and Aguna tried to spread on us has been wrong the whole time. DEI is not right. There's no such thing as equity. There's equality, not equity.
Okay, thank you.
So,
thank you.
What I was trying to say was Charlie Kirk talked about how Black women are only in that position because they stole white men's jobs.
He said specific Black women, not all Black women. He was saying specifically. Yes, Kamala is there because she's a Black woman.
Stephen,
wait a minute. Joe Biden said, I'm going to have a...
So he said these women stole white men's positions.
No, he did not say that. He did not say that.
This is what Charlie Kirk believes. These women should not have their position. Yet he didn't say anything about the DEIs that Trump hired. Now,
he didn't.
First of all, every intelligent person knows.
Once you finish this, Todd, I've got to stop you. We got to move on.
Every intelligent person knows affirmative action isn't a handout for Blacks. Because in America, this is going to hurt Keith's feelings and Stephen's as well. More white women benefited from affirmative action than ever any Blacks have done.
Because there's more white women than there are Blacks.
Yay!
And you fight for DEI because you need DEI to get whatever you get. That's why you fight for DEI. You can't stand on your own feet. You need somebody to give you a position you don't deserve.
Todd, you got to finish. You got to.
So the white people that Kirk did not mention, only Blacks, Sandra Day O'Connor, affirmative action. She was appointed by Ronald Reagan. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the Jew on the Supreme Court.
Ronald Reagan didn't say, I'm going to have a white woman. He said, I'm going to put the best person here. It didn't matter if it was Black or if it was white or whatever it was.
Action. That's how
this is where you're so screwed up.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, affirmative action.
It was not.
Barbara Walters, affirmative action. These people have admitted, you dumb, ignorant person, that affirmative action is how they got their jobs. That's why I wrote their names, you idiot. They admitted it. Clarence Thomas.
He's the best. He's the best.
Oh gosh.
All right, Todd, you're done. We're done with you. Thank you.
He's the best. He's the best Supreme Court man we've ever had on the.
I've got to move on.
But you know what? Todd hates him and calls him Uncle Tom. And he's one of the best representatives of the Black man I've ever seen in my life. And Todd hates him for that. You telling me I'm wrong?
This afternoon after President Trump canceled an Oval Office meeting with Democrats. And this was to discuss the looming government shutdown set to start 1 week from tomorrow if no deal is reached.
It's clear that Donald Trump and House Republicans and Senate Republicans are running scared, which is why they refuse to even sit down and have a conversation to discuss the Republican government shutdown and the healthcare crisis that is going to cause people in the United States of America to die.
And for more on this, CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns joins us now from our Washington bureau. Caitlin, very good to see you here. Can you talk about what stood out to you in that press conference and how much weight do his words have at this point?
Hey, Nancy, it's great to see you. Well, in just over a week, the government is poised to shut down if there can't be a deal reached to move forward with funding the government. And what is on the table right now is something that passed the House of Representatives with Republican support. It's now over in the Senate side, and it's just essentially an extension of current government funding for the next 7 weeks or so, and also includes new security funding for members of Congress in light of the Charlie Kirk shooting. Democrats, however, want to use this as a point of leverage. Now, you may think, don't Republicans control the House and the Senate? That's true, they do. But in the Senate, they have to get 60 votes. Republicans don't have 60 votes to pass something. And so they're going to need support from Democrats to get any of this through. And so Democrats are using this as a point to say, this is what we want out of this if we're going to give you these votes. And I'll say the list of demands from Democrats is pretty lengthy. This is a wish list, really. I mean, they are asking to repeal parts of the One Big Beautiful Bill, particularly dealing with Medicaid. But they are also asking for an extension of Obamacare subsidies, which actually run out at the end of this year. And that's a policy issue where there are some Republicans who agree with that, want to do something about that. But their argument is not in this bill. This is just a clean extension of current funding that buys us enough time to get to the next deadline. So right now, it's basically a staring contest, and we're all wondering who's going to blink first by this time next week.
Yeah, with this staring contest in your.
Okay. We don't have much time, so I got to start with Keith, then Stephen, then Cousin Todd on the congressional government shutdown. As you heard the report, the Senate needs Democratic votes in order for the government not to shut down by this time next week. How do they get it, Keith?
Well, they do. They always do. You know, we've been doing this for years. Don't forget the past. I mean, every single time we come to this point, shut down, they always end up solving the problem at the last minute. You know, they avoid a shutdown. And I don't really think that most Americans are even thinking about it. They don't even care at this point because, you know, there's too much of this, it's too much of this intimidation. Using a shutdown as a way to intimidate. I think the Democrats do that every time. It's really interesting to note. That since
Republicans are in office, they own the House, the Senate, and the presidency.
Since it is interesting to note that since Todd said he made statements that the economy is bad, it's worse, and we're headed recession. I think either he said we're in a recession or we're headed for it. Well, if that's the case, then wouldn't the Democrats and the Republicans try to come together and not try to shut down? I don't know. I'm just asking that question. So I don't think it's really as serious as they make it every time. It's just like I said, they use it as a cudgel to hit people over the head, meaning the conservatives. This is a conservative wing of the Republicans. Because, you know, you have a lot of liberal Republicans up there, Democrats in disguise. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think it's that serious. I'm not even concerned about it.
Okay, Stephen?
I think we could use something like, I don't know how to get to it. I don't think people could do it. Maybe it'd be like an AI treatment or something like that. But just do like a Doge for Congress and just get something in there that's because it's so corrupt. They're like, what do they have, about total of 12% approval rating or something? There's so much corruption that we have in our government right now. It'd be nice to have something to be able to go through there and straighten it all out. And like to Keith's point, this is basically a bunch of garbage that they're all doing. You know, I don't know if he agrees with that. It's not. I don't think it's just a beat over the Republicans. I think Republicans, the Democrats, they're all working together, making this big thing. They're showing people like how much. It's like a bartender. They constantly rub the thing in a glass. You know, like he's doing something, like he's drying a glass. That's all they're really doing. And then they're going to do whatever they want to do, and all of them are going to come out good. And they pat each other's pants, and that's what happens. But I think we need something like Doge to go through and to try to get through this corruption that's in there with all of them, Republicans and Democrats, because there are some good people, and the good people will stay. We've had people in there that are, let's for example, Omar, anti-American. We have anti-American people, part of the squad that are from other countries that should not be in this country, that should be deported. This is what we need to. We need to take care of things in this country. And that's what we're slowly doing. That's what we're going to try to do. It's going to take another 4 years, and then another 4 years, and another 4 years, and we're going to get things right eventually. But right now, we can't have people that represent us that have they rate their country number one, they rate us number two, if that at all, and they care more about their people than the United States. But if they've admitted it out their mouth, it's true. So we got to get rid of these people, and we should all agree to that. You have to have people that love this country, want the best for this country, best for the people, and represent people. We're representative. We're not a democracy. We're a representative republic, and the people that are in office, can't represent us if they have all of their allegiance to another country. We all should agree on that. We're all Americans. We're all on the same side.
Thank you, Cousin
Thank
Todd.
you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Cousin Todd. We're out of time.
See you later, Todd.
I just wanted to let Stephen know how dumb and ignorant he is. And I'm going to take my time. Do you know everything you just said is un-American, you dumb? They should be deported. They should be deported. You can't deport anybody. And Keith knows what I'm saying is true. You can't deport somebody because they don't think the way you do, you dumb idiot. You can't do that. That's un-American. Stacy, tell him.
Omar is here illegally. Omar is here illegally.
The reason
Omar is here.
Oh, gosh, he's going to keep repeating that. The reason he's here is because his people didn't want to live under a king's rule. And so therefore, they snuck into America and stole the country from the natives. So now all of a sudden, he makes the rules, who stays and who goes. That's un-American, dumb. You don't make any rules here. If you want to live like that, go back to where you came from. We don't do that here. He always talking about deporting somebody. They're going to get out of, and we're going to go get you, and we in charge now, and you getting out of this country. We're going to throw you out. Are you insane? You sound like a psychopath.
Thank you. I have to move on because we don't have much time.
What do you think, Keith? Do you think that was true, what I just said?
Don't answer.
Stacey won't let me answer.
Today, President Trump suggested that the use of acetaminophen during pregnancy may contribute to rising autism rates in the U.S.
It is a link that experts have studied, and they say it's unproven. And the makers of the best-known brand of acetaminophen, Tylenol, say it disagrees with the White House and is worried about the health risk this raises for pregnant women. But the president said a warning will go out to doctors, and he delivered one of his own.
All pregnant women should talk to their doctors for more information about limiting the use of this medication while pregnant.
The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists is calling any suggestion that acetaminophen is linked to autism highly concerning. In a statement posted today, the organization said the conditions people use acetaminophen to treat during pregnancy are far more dangerous than any theoretical risks. A Methuen mother has long wondered what caused her son's autism.
But as the BBC's Mike Sullivan tells us, she's not accepting the White House explanation.
Time flies as a new parent, milestones coming and going, flipping faster than the photos can come.
One day after his 4th birthday.
That's when it all slowed down for Hillary Steele.
He had fewer words at like 15 months than he should have had.
Her son Cole was diagnosed with autism, the why always looming overhead.
I tried to not consume myself with that because I had another baby at home.
The Trump administration now announcing a link between Tylenol usage during pregnancy and an increase in autism.
You've had Tylenol with 2 different children during pregnancy?
Three.
She needed it to battle hormone migraines. Her other 2 children do not have autism.
I don't want to scare moms until we have more information, but I would hope that they would take this information and maybe be cautious.
Her belief is autism is caused in the womb, potentially by a cocktail of factors.
Maybe there's a little bit of a genetic factor, and then you add in whatever. If you add in Tylenol, there you go. The cup can't hold anymore.
Steele is big on research. She says her other children have taken part in autism studies at Boston Children's Hospital, and she tried to get her son's spinal cord blood used in a study at Duke.
Show me the research. Show me the safety and efficacy of any product.
In Methuen, I'm Mike Sullivan, WBZ.
Okay, Cousin Todd, quickly. President Trump's theory on Tylenol and autism.
You didn't play Trump's clip where he said it's bad. And it's typical of a Republican not to play the clip where he said, I'm just going to say it. Don't take it. It's bad. It's bad for you. And don't give it to your babies either. You didn't play that clip. That was the deflammatory clip you should have played so that people will see
You mean
clearly.
inflammatory, not deflammatory.
Did I say D?
Yes.
Okay, I meant to say inflammatory, and you know it. So
That's
anyway,
okay, Todd.
don't try to correct my English. You should
That's
have done
okay,
what you were
Todd.
supposed to do and put out the information that Trump put out, saying that you shouldn't give it to your children. Now, I know of a situation where
Okay, thank you. We're out of time. I got to move on.
a
Well,
girl did
wait
not
a minute.
give her.
Tylenol's not the. You guys act as
Oh
if
gosh.
Tylenol's the only thing that you could use for
Okay.
painkillers.
The
Come on, there's all
we're not
kinds of
talking
Right,
about
Todd, you
painkillers.
pain.
can't go on and on. Look at the time. I got to keep
So
this.
anyway, I was talking about a person that did not give her baby acetaminophen for fever. And Trump said, don't give it to your babies.
Right.
And a girl didn't give her baby Tylenol. And what happens if your baby has a fever and you don't give them Tylenol, and the baby continually has a fever and it doesn't break, what you're doing to the baby is killing the baby. You're literally cooking the baby's brain.
Really?
And so what? Yes, I know you don't know that because you're dumb and
Excuse
ignorant.
me.
You're
Excuse me.
cooking the baby's brain, and
Uh,
so this
Trump
fever.
just said this.
This
Trump's
fever.
just.
Can you shut him up? This fever that the baby has and can't break. If the baby has a fever over 101 for days on end, the baby's brain is literally cooking. So this happened to a friend of mine, and the baby became a vegetable. Feeding tube and everything, can't walk, can't talk, can't do anything. Because the doctors, and of course she sued the hospital, kept giving her, oh, you can break the fever by sitting him in a ice bath. And to repeat that over and over again, well, it takes your blood pressure down, the fever down temporarily, then it spikes again. And that went on for a week.
Thank you.
So her baby was brain damaged.
Quickly.
Because of Donald Trump? Was it because of Donald Trump? No. No, it wasn't. And
Donald Trump is saying, don't give it to your babies. He's not a physician. He can't give out information like that.
A physician told him that. You know what? I wouldn't give it to your babies.
No.
You know what? I don't think you. I know something might have been special with that thing, but I also know that when you have a fever, that's your body working. It's doing a natural thing. Before there was Tylenol, nobody took Tylenol. So no, I don't want to hear about babies. No, I don't want to hear about it.
Well,
And if I'm a woman,
don't give it to your baby.
Okay. No, he also said women who are pregnant shouldn't take it to cause autism. So when you gave the example of the woman giving it to her baby, that has nothing to do with being pregnant and taking Tylenol and your child.
But it's still giving it to the baby.
Yeah,
but it's still giving it to the baby.
He did not play the clip
point.
where he said, don't give it to the babies
growth.
either.
It's when the child is in womb.
Yeah.
As opposed to when the child is born.
Yeah. Right.
He said
Exactly.
Both. He said both.
Yeah, it was both ways. And I believe it. I say, look, don't do Tylenol. A lot of this stuff is not natural, and it shouldn't be in human bodies. This is what people are coming up with now. We've been told all our lives by doctors, just take Tylenol, you'll be fine. Tylenol is not good for you. It's not good for anybody. And I know a lot of people that's taken too much in their lives, and it's had an ill effect on them.
Okay, thank you. I've got to move on. Please watch this.
I ended 7 wars, and in all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. No president or prime minister,
oh my gosh,
no other country has ever done anything close to that. And I did it in just 7 months. It's never happened before. It's too bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle, and then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the 2 things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Thank you very much. That being the case, what is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous, tremendous potential, but it's not even coming close to living up to that potential. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war. The only thing that solves war and wars is action. I'm the president of the United States, but I worry about Europe. I love Europe. I love the people of Europe, and I hate to see it being devastated by energy and immigration. This double-tailed monster destroys everything in its wake, and they cannot let that happen any longer. You're doing it because you want to be nice. You want to be politically correct, and you're destroying your heritage. They must take control strongly and immediately of the unmitigated immigration disaster and the fake energy catastrophe before it's too late. It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
See, he's talking over top of him. Keith and I weren't even talking over top of nobody, but you let your boy go. See how it is, Stacey? You owe us an apology. You owe us an apology.
I don't, but go ahead and talk about Trump's visit to the UN.
That was the best speech anybody's ever given. That was his best speech.
Did President Trump stop 7 wars in 7 months, specifically Gaza?
No, he didn't stop Gaza yet, but he's working on it. And the last administration didn't work on it. They didn't work on the Russian-Ukraine war either. They didn't do anything but keep it going because they were profiting off of that.
Which war did he stop?
He stopped 6 or 7 wars in other countries that I don't have in front of me. Urbi Gusha war, whatever, someplace in Africa where millions of people are getting killed and all they're using is machetes. So, you know, there's wars going on that he's came and stopped. And I know you want to put him down, but you know what? Your administration did nothing. You want to laugh at him for stopping wars and trying to stop other wars, which your people never did, and you still support him and you laugh at me. You know why? You're retarded. You're retarded. There's something really wrong with you. Your cognitive brain does not work, Todd. No, wait a minute. Donald Trump is doing everything to make the world a better place, and dumb shit over here doesn't even realize that. Your administration did nothing, Todd, that was anything good for this country. In fact, you tried to destroy this country. So you have no right to talk about anything. You are a loser, and you support losers. And Antifa, Trump's going after them, so you better be careful.
Okay, Keith, President Trump at the UN.
President Trump at the UN. I thought that was great. And by the way, I just want to comment. He really looked good. Looked like he lost some weight or something. And, you know, his face
and his hair looked good too.
He looked like his face looked bright. He looked like he was very I don't know, very strong. I mean, and I like that. Anyway, you
what
know,
wars
what
did
he was
he
saying
stop?
was
Keith, what wars
so
did he
interesting.
stop?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not focused on that, even though I know that's the question. Because that's the question, because you want to avoid all of the other stuff that he said, which is, you know, they're destroying their country with political correctness, all this global warming and all that climate change. So they're destroying their countries. You know, he's talking to the UN. I thought that was very
and the
Islamic
invasion, the Islamic invasion.
Yes, that's right. And he knows what to do. He's doing a good job. So I really commend Trump. He's looking good and he's fighting good.
Okay, thank you.
Right
so
on.
we only have a few minutes left, but Keith, you told me when you called me
Wait, you didn't ask me about this.
Well, you should have talked through the video, so you don't get to answer it. Keith, what did you want to talk about that you brought up to me earlier on the phone?
Oh, I was just saying that, you know, crime, nobody's talking about what Trump did in D.C. Number one, the media doesn't talk about it. He really changed D.C. And number two, he's going to Chicago, and nobody's talking about that. In Chicago, the gangs have, you know,
I thought he said he wasn't going to
gangs have
Chicago.
issued an ultimatum. The gang said, do not land your helicopters here. Don't come here with your military, or we will, you know, those guys are threatening the president of the United States military. saying, and this is the gangs in Chicago.
What
So,
gang said
the
that?
leadership of Chicago is working with the gangs. So
What
there you
gang
go,
said
Stephen.
that?
I
Well,
mean,
he's going to
Stephen, this is
Tennessee. They're
terrible.
going to Tennessee first. They're going to Tennessee first. And
Okay,
then
that's
they're
fine.
trying to get Chicago, but the mayor and the governor doesn't want them there because they like black people to die because black people get on their damn nerves.
Thank
Okay,
you,
so
Stephen. That's what I
Keith,
like to talk about.
Keith, what Stephen just did was contradict you. He's not going to Chicago.
But he wants to go to Chicago, but idiots like you doesn't want him to go to Chicago and stop the crime.
Right.
You don't want to stop the crime.
Right.
You don't want people to stop dying. You don't want little kids to stop dying.
All right. All right.
You
Now-
play in the blood of the little children who innocently die every day in Chicago, man.
Okay. So now, he's not going to Chicago. So everything you said, Keith, was just silly.
It's still on the table. It's on the table.
No. What I said was I said the gangs of
Yeah,
Chicago
what gang
said,
are
do
you
not
talking
come
about?
here.
Name the gang.
I don't
and
know
name
what
the
gangs.
person
I don't
that
know
said
which
that.
gangs, but
So gangs
I'm
didn't
telling
say
you.
that, Keith. You just made that
Yes, they
a
did.
gang, like a gang member. Hi, my name is Keith
Gangs.
Samuels, and I'm in the Kiki
Yes.
gang, and we
Yes,
don't
they
want
are
you here.
intimidating.
Get out of here. So
Yes,
anyway, you
yes.
sound as silly as
Right.
Fox News,
No.
pretending the
Check
gang
it out.
members lined up and told them, "Hey, if you come here, we're going to
Gangs have
get you,
said,
sucker.
do not come here.
We gonna get
So
you,
that's what they
suckers."
said. And you just don't
Anyway.
want to admit it. And Chicago
Anyway,
is working with them. The Chicago leaders
now,
are working
Trump-
with those gang members.
Okay,
And
all right.
you,
Thank you.
you cannot see
Thank
that.
you. Now let me
And that's
get
what I
back
wanted to talk
to-
about, Stacey.
Let me get
I
back to
thank you
some
very
facts.
much.
You're welcome.
Those are
Let's get
facts.
back to some facts.
Those are facts.
Donald
You can
Trump
look it up.
said he stopped 7 wars. Remember the war between
Yeah, you're focused on
Ukraine
that.
and you're focused on wars,
Yeah,
Todd.
I'm not.
Well,
Well, that's because it affects Americans.
Remember, he said
That has
millions
nothing
and
to do with
millions of
Americans. The
people are
wars,
dying.
that is
So,
a foreign
I want to
policy.
talk
Has nothing
about
to do. I don't care about the
Ukraine
wars
and
over
Russia.
there. Even
He
though
was,
he
sup-
that's
he
good that he
said,
did that.
Trump said, "I will stop the war on day 1, Ukraine and Russia."
No,
He
that's
didn't
not.
stop
That's not a
any
very important
war.
issue.
Well, he
I
thought that
guarantee you. I
Putin was more of a
guarantee you,
good guy
Americans
than
are
he
not
was, or
concerned
something.
about that.
He thought he could convince Putin, and he tried to convince Zelensky as well. Zelensky was being a punk at the beginning. Now Putin's being a punk. So Donald Trump is trying. Your people never tried to stop the war.
Well, this is
That's
the
why
thing.
you suck.
This is the
That's why
thing.
your side
Stephen,
sucks.
Stephen,
Y'all
listen.
never tried to stop the
Shut
war.
up, Stephen. You can't just talk.
No, you don't. You don't have
I
anything to
guarantee
stand
you
on.
that-
All right, we're
I
out of
guarantee you
time.
that the
was
wars.
so dumb that
Okay, you guys, people can't hear you when you talk over
Yeah.
each other and just keep going on and on and on.
Stephen knows that.
That stops people from hearing, and they can't understand, and they leave from watching our live show or the tape show. And that's
Stephen
not
knows
what we
that. And that's why Stephen does
Yeah,
that.
Todd's innocent. That's when he finally gets
Yeah.
married. He's gonna wear a white.
Okay.
That's when he gets married. He's gonna wear a white dress because he's so innocent.
All right, we're out of time.
Yeah, but you won't even get married because why?
I
buy
got
the
one
milk when
thing.
you can
I got
get
one
the
thing to
cow
say,
for free?
Stacey. Stacey, I got one thing to say because we're out of time.
So do I.
A piece
We're
of
out of time.
garbage, drug addict, piece of crap that held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach on a robbery got 15 friggin' funerals on this show. We saw every damn funeral he had. We had 300,000 people at Charlie
What are you
Kirk's
talking
funeral,
about?
and we
I
don't
don't
get
know
a
what you're
mention of
talking
it,
about.
Stacey.
What are you
Something is
talking
really
about?
wrong with you people.
What is he talking
Something's
about?
really wrong with you,
This
Stacey.
is what happens.
Todd,
No.
you are not good people. You are
What are you
bad
talking about?
people. You are on the side
What
of
are you talking
evil.
about?
Stop
To
talking.
hell with y'all, man.
Stephen,
Why
what
would
are
we
you
talk about Charlie?
We
Why
don't know
wouldn't you
what you're
show
talking
anything?
about.
It was
What
the
are you
biggest
talking
fucking
about?
funeral
Stop
ever.
talking.
Y'all really disappoint me, man. What is wrong with you people? I was
Stephen, what are
waiting
you
all
talking
night
about?
for y'all to show something about it. There's never been a funeral like this.
What
Never
are you
been
talking
anything this big. What is
talking
wrong with you, Stacey? You
What are you
bitch at me and him for talking during some stupid thing, but
What are you
you can't have the decency to show Charlie Kirk's anything about his funeral, or even fucking mention it. What the hell is wrong with
Okay.
Now, see Keith laugh. Keith loves this, and that is
That's horrible.
deplorable.
Yeah,
And
that's horrible.
and what that did was totally disrespect Stacy, which
Yeah,
Keith
it did.
loves that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he's talking about. Stacy doesn't know what he's talking about. The
I didn't know
audience doesn't know what he's talking about. Stacy,
Talking about, I think he started talking about Charlie Kirk's funeral, and we didn't show anything, but then he started cursing, and that was very disrespectful, and I can't have that. So you're going to have to go back and watch the show to see that, Cousin Dot. So to our first responders in our communities, you make our lives livable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To our women and men of the U.S. military for all that you do and sacrificing your lives so that we are free to say whatever we choose to say on this show, except cursing. We are forever indebted. On behalf of Keith, the constitutional conservative, Stephen, the independent thinker who left, and my cousin Todd, who likes to throw his rock and hide his hand. I'm Stacey Johnson. Let's keep this conversation going on Facebook, X, Stephanie Stallworth, the Flow Television Network. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sporlitiks. Please like and follow us on Instagram. Like and follow us on TikTok at Sporlitiks.com on TikTok. And please follow us on Twitch. Did I leave anybody out? Did I leave any social media?
Did
All
you
right.
say the girls' TV show?
Yes.
Stephanie. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And good night. We'll see you next week.
Okay. Now, Stephen is crazy.
Very good.
Stephen is insane.
What was very good about that?
Now,
I don't know what he was.
nothing was very good about it. Stephen is insane, and now the audience knows it. I didn't know what he was talking about. Stacey didn't know what he was talking about. The audience didn't know. He just started saying, Stacey, Stacey. I didn't know.
I knew what he was talking about.
Why didn't you say why didn't you say what he was talking about? I didn't know what he was talking about.
None of us
Well,
did.
you know, I couldn't. You know, there's. I'm not going to talk over everybody. I
You
just
talked over
my
Todd
point.
when Todd was talking.
No,
Yes.
I don't do that.
You did.
I don't do that.
Did that.
You did that tonight.
Well, no, I was talking and Todd talked over me. So that's the way it was. I
Anyway,
was just trying
you
to finish
should
my
have said, I know. I said, what are you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. You just kept saying,
You talk over me. I don't talk over you.
So
if you
anyway,
come in and interrupt
What do
me,
you
I'm
mean?
gonna
What do
try to
y'all
finish
mean
my
you
statement.
don't know what I was talking? Wait a minute. What do you mean you don't know what I was talking about? You didn't show or mention anything about Charlie Kirk. 300,000 people were at his funeral, but I don't know what he's talking about. You know what you sound like? Whoopi Goldberg and whoever else is on that show.
know what you were talking about.
Stephen, just say
That's
that.
what you.
Stephen, all you have to do is say that, and I'll show something. But you have to say
But
something.
he's crazy. He's mentally unstable.
Let me show.
We didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, I didn't know what you
psycho.
were talking about.
Nothing. And Keith wouldn't even tell us.
Because you were talking over me. So how am I going to be heard? So, you know, Stephen was
We
talking
kept
about
saying, what
Charlie
is he
Kirk.
talking about? What is he
He was
talking
talking
about?
about the Charlie Kirk memorial. You know, the service.
Y'all didn't hear about. Y'all didn't hear about it. Did y'all miss it?
Yeah, they missed
It's
it.
irrelevant. What
They
the
didn't
point
care,
is
Stephen.
you said we did.
See,
That's
Stephen,
not true.
Stephen, she said it's irrelevant. See, there you go.
She said it's
See that?
irrelevant because she didn't like him, and Todd doesn't like him.
I didn't know.
So they
I
think it's
don't-
irrelevant because they are antichrist.
I didn't know. No, I didn't know anything about Charlie Kirk. I really didn't. But
That's
let
not
me-
what she said. That's
But that's-
irrelevant.
No,
She was
that's
saying,
not what I said. It was irrelevant.
Stacey, you have to use plain English with these idiots. They're uneducated idiots.
So let me show the memorial. I just didn't know
No,
Charlie Kirk. I didn't know
it's too
anything
late.
about him.
Stacey, wait a minute. If 300,000 people go to his memorial, do you think he might be an important person, whether or not you know anything? Are you serious, Stacey? You got to have some. You got to have some critical thinking skills. You got to be smarter than that.
Why
This
are
is
you
his
playing
memorial
this clip?
service, correct?
Why are you playing this clip? The show is over. So now listen, this is the thing. We don't know what you're talking about, and this is important to you. It's not important to us.
Because you're too stupid to understand.
To understand a bigot? I understand
He
bigots.
wasn't a bigot. You're the bigot. You're the racist. You're the bigot.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, and good luck. God be with you. Thank you.
Well, I think they're gone, Stacy. So I guess we'll see you next week. Looks like
I'm here, Keith.
Todd's gone.
I hope Todd is somewhere trying to find Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that. Well, good work, Stephen. I'm glad you brought that up
Thank
too.
you. Good night.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, everybody.